Thank you very much for the invitation. It's a real pleasure for me to be there. First, a few words on Cycle Capital. We are Montreal-based VC with an office in Toronto, presence in China, at Qingdao, presence in New York and Seattle. We are an impact investor, gender parity at the team level in our firm, but we take care of women and all this company and make sure we have women at board level. We reporting on impact, we're measuring the greenhouse gas reduction, and we are really active on governance, and I think it's very important. I will be part of the panel with corporate VC later today, and this element in terms of governance, it's really, really important if we want to succeed in terms of returns. We invest today on our platform $161 million, but we bring with us $1.1 billion in equity from the world in our companies in North America and China. We have an amazing deal flow from Europe, from Israel, from US, from Canada, and we are really active in the ecosystem. We are large impact investors. We are seeking different sectors. We have different strategy, focus on specific theses. But one of our core elements is probably the IP. We have a chance to have a venture partner, the former head of IP of Microsoft, freedom to operate. It's really important for us. You cannot build value if you don't own it in technology. We're really great at because we have this amazing person in our team. My mother said all the time, bring your friends at home and I will see who you are. It's our friends. TPG, BlackRock, ABB, Waste Management, BASF, BMW, Hyatt, Denso, Oris, Jackson Square Venture, Innovia, Brookfield, great names, very important. You cannot build a success in clean tech because you're right. You build success because you can work with others and you can build the right syndicate and the right dance for the entrepreneur and the management team. And if I may, I will share my vision about what we need to succeed in terms of transition. It's one of our important goals in the next few years. There is an old saying that climate is what you know and water is what you get. You will agree with me that in today's world, more than ever before, it's true. We know our geopolitics and economies will continue to be impacted by climate change for the long term. But now about the weather being our more local daily conditions. As we move forward through this unprecedented crisis, we witness the real drivers for various stakeholders. Suburban Yellow Jacket in France fighting for their buying power, flooded Bangladeshi exiles, burning vineyard in California, monster hurricanes vanishing coastal areas, and eroded real estate value. Government money, policies, and programs around the world, billions and billions, making hardly dent on CO2 reduction. Although different both in narrative and geography, they are all share a common threat. While we are overwhelmed, we have no clear enemy, no strong leadership, no execution plan, and I underline this one, no skillful implementation, what is really important for a VC. Now, let's take it from the flip side of the coin. We do have a clear enemy. It's our collective procrastination to institute a real change, including in the financial world. As for leadership, although the Trudeaus, the Merkels, and the Obamas of this world, I voiced clear leadership on climate change. Political leadership alone cannot suffice to turn things around. We saw that. We need business leadership, all the way from finance, including pension funds, to C-suite executive in the Fortune 500 community. If politics is the heart of possible, in my point of view, business is the heart of execution. The good news is some top-tier investors, such as BlackRock, CalPERS in California, Munich Re in Germany, they are really active and adopt impact investing policies. But we need more impact investors like these. In terms of policy making, it's the same. In North America and in Europe as well, we have a lot of well-meaning policies and programs, but they have not led us to embrace the large spectrum of the economy, thereby creating winners and losers, and making the fair transition for all just impossible. What we need now is a plan and super top-notch execution. We don't have the luxury of time anymore, and we can afford to go wrong. Luckily, we have all the requirement elements to our disposal to succeed. The challenge is to connect the dots and activate the talents. It's impossible to build green chemistry without the experience of the classic oil and gas chemistry. Molecules are totally agnostic to traditional versus green knowledge in chemistry. New breakthrough technology needs to experience from classical chemistry. Same goes for finance. It can be a dirty project, a green project, the same rules apply, the alignment of interest. For now, green projects and green technology are burdened by too many people that are involved and not enough that are committed. Right now, we have too many people without any commitment asking to our CEOs and to our financial people to fit circle in squares. Let me share with you a Canadian example. We have a company with a value close to $1 billion, close to being a unicorn. Put my first dollars in around 20 million a few years ago. Enerchem, it's a company who's transforming waste into green molecules like methanol. This company is supported by us, by sophisticated co-investors like Suncor, Rowe, BlackRock, Nourion, Shell. Few years ago, when we were building a plant in Canada, we had to transport technology modules on flatbeds all the way from Quebec to Alberta, so basically across one of the biggest countries in the world. In doing so, we found ourselves having to obtain 350 transportation permits. It was a painful process and a real case of putting circles into square. We delayed the construction by 6 months, increased the cost of construction because we did the construction at -40 in Edmonton in Canada. What a great example of how a wrong policy framework can be a showstopper for an amazing company. But we had another, if I look the other side, we had a very great experience with another one. We did a deal in a semiconductor company who manufactures gallium nitride power switching, and we did it with BMW. BMW tabled a contract close to $500 million for this company with their investment. Very simple business. The technology is perfect. The team is ready. VCs understand very well around the table, and we had a contract. What I'm trying to demonstrate with these examples is that beyond money and visions, it's always about talent and skills. To put skills and talent people in place, it's probably the most important thing if we want to fight climate change. If we want to seriously fight climate change and build a prosperous and green economy, seeking the perfect solution often leads us to procrastinate. And I think it's the most important element. We have money, we have talent, but we cannot connect the dots. My hope is that we can all connect these dots, clear enemy, strong leadership, execution plan, and skillful implementation. There was a time for vision, now it's time for action. We must now move from environmental diplomacy to real politics in the noble sense. It's time to move on from being a teenager to adulthood. And I can speak about that because I raised essentially 6 kids in my home. As you know, in a teenager's brain, even though everything is there, but nothing is connected. Just what you need to do as a mother is to push on them and say, just do it. Committed, clean your room, make your bed, and deliver for you and others. We are in the same situation. As I'm still looking for pragmatic leadership on climate, let me let me end by quoting Goethe, this great German national poet and statesman. I think probably he wrote the solution before we had this climate change challenge. Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. Thank you.